Welcome to Visibility with Purpose. My name is Sigrid de Kaste, a global online networking and visibility strategist.
And I'm Linnea Johnston, an AI and LinkedIn visibility specialist. Each week, the two of us explore what it actually takes for senior professionals to become visible, recognized, and trusted online.
And today, we're talking about why being good at what you do doesn't make you visible.
As we share our insights, we invite you to add your comments or questions, and we'll respond.
Excellent, Linnea. That is such a misunderstanding by some people that, I'm really good at this. I put all of my references, credentials onto my profile on LinkedIn, and people will just come to me. Now, that's not quite how it works, is it?
It used to be, Sigrid. It's not like that anymore. That is for certain. Do you know, I think that we're almost in a third iteration of how LinkedIn works. Originally, of course, it was simply set up as a site for job hunting. And then people like us came along and started using it to build our businesses and to get exposure through our content. And now I think we're in a third phase of LinkedIn, where AI has become involved. And now, of course, the whole visibility equation has changed altogether, because it used to be that if you created good content on a regular basis, you would be visible, you'd be successful on LinkedIn. But that is no longer the case, because our content has got crazy low reach these days, and we have to do things differently. You know, there's that old saying about the definition of stupidity being doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And I think that that's true with LinkedIn, Sigrid, is that we have to change how we are doing things on LinkedIn these days, because otherwise AI can't discover us. The algorithm will simply ignore us, and we will be invisible to exactly the people that we want to reach. And that is such a shame, because you and I both love LinkedIn and we like being here. And so we need to be finding new ways, I think, in order to be visible on LinkedIn.
Totally agree with you there, Linnea. And what I have noticed in networking, in online networking specifically, where we get together in the virtual online room and streaming it live into LinkedIn, the way that that it's on offer through my networking. For example, people come on and they are highly recognized, perhaps already in their general locality, perhaps, but not so much on LinkedIn yet. And they are very good at what they do. They have a long-standing reputation where they are, yet it doesn't automatically or naturally transfer into the online world on LinkedIn. And if they come to networking online and experience that, oh, why is nobody really following up with me? Why is nobody recognizing that I am so good at what I do? Then my point there to pass across to such a person is, well, you've got to take action yourself as well. You know, you build whatever reputation you may have in your locality, in your area there, but online you've got to talk about it, share insights, connect with people. So if you're coming to, for example, networking online, yes, you're good at what you do, but you've got to tell us, you've got to tell us short and sharp, and then you yourself need to follow up with people, not just wait for them to come to you, because you're good at what you do. What do you think, Linnea?
I agree. And a lot of people don't understand that there's such a value in direct messaging on LinkedIn, Sigrid, because If you've been to one of your online networking groups or sessions, which I do regularly and I absolutely love them, then you need to follow up with people. You need to lead the way and not expect people to come to you, as you say. And I'm a great believer in direct messaging on LinkedIn, either via text messages or a voice note, or even if you're feeling very adventurous, a video. It really does make a difference. It's much harder to ignore, I think, than sending someone an email, because we just get deluged with emails, don't we? And I don't know about you, but I just go delete, 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 delete. And it's much more difficult with a message on LinkedIn, particularly where you've met somebody. If you've been across from them in a networking room, then you are wanting to move the conversation forward. If in fact you have found that there are synergies between you, you might want to set up a call with the person to get to know them better. And direct messaging, I think, is a really good way to follow that up. But you can't rely on other people doing the running, Sigrid. If you want to connect with somebody and build a reputation with them through a relationship that takes time, then you're the one who's got to ask the questions, you're the one who's got to send the direct messages, and you're the one that needs to extend the invitation to get on a call and have a follow-up chat. Is that how you would see that?
Absolutely, Linnea. And I think, it is possible for some professionals that they perhaps think that it takes away from the knowledge they have, from how thinking and feeling how good they are, the expert or expertise they have, that if they are going out there and creating a conversation from their end, it might take away from their expertise. But I think in the days that we are in now, with the environment that has been created, as you mentioned, through AI, it is absolutely necessary for us to be visible from our end, that we need to step out there, make that connection, and create a follow-up message. If you are networking somewhere in a room with others, go out and connect with the others from your end first, if you're not getting that messaging coming. And I love your point about direct messaging, particularly sending voice messages, Linnea. I don't think anybody, or hang on, maybe some people, but most don't ignore a voice message. They listen to it and they just always, I get that, oh, I love to hear your voice. Do you get that too? That's just such a cool way, isn't it?
It is a cool way, and I'm quite lucky because I'm a Kiwi. We have an accent that people seem to like. No, of course, I can't hear it myself, but other people can hear it, and they really do like that. And it really, I think, is partly because of the whole body language thing that people really respond well to voice notes. Firstly, it's the fact they don't get many, and secondly, because they can hear in your voice your enthusiasm. They feel that they may know you a little bit better when they hear your voice. And so I think that that's a really good way to move the relationship forward. People may not know, Sigrid, that in fact voice notes are very easy to send from the app on your phone, and they can be up to 60 seconds long. You can send as many as you like, and they are just a great way to stand out from other people. So if you are attending a networking event and you want to follow up with somebody, which of course is a very good idea, then sending them a voice note to say how nice it was to meet them at the online networking event that Sigrid's hosted, then I think that is a really good way to move the relationship forward and really be counted, really to build your own reputation with them before you move it further ahead.
And I love how you mentioned that, the type of voice, the tone of voice, the enthusiasm that we put into it. And I think most of us generally, when we are speaking into our phone and we're saying just a few words, because 60 seconds isn't very long, it's just long enough for someone to listen to, but we put our own body language, that that whole movement comes into it. It shines through in the voice, and it takes nothing away from expertise or the knowledge somebody has. In fact, it actually increases it because you're making yourself available. You are this knowledgeable person, and you're going out there to follow up with someone to say, hey, we met today at this networking, or if it is somewhere else on LinkedIn, hey, we connected today, or I saw your post and I really thought I'd tell you I like it, or it resonates with me. So easy to do. Takes no time at all, Linnea, really.
No, it doesn't. And the impact is enormous, Sigrid. And I think that that's something that people don't really understand. It's those little things that you can do with LinkedIn that most people don't bother with. Those are the things that make you stand out, that make you the kind of person to build a relationship with. And so I think that focusing on doing things a little differently in a really positive way is something that a lot of people haven't yet got their heads around with LinkedIn. And given where we started with this conversation, about visibility on LinkedIn and the ways that you go about that, I think this is a really important point for people to take away, that doing things differently is a really good way to build recognition.
And I think to remember to do things differently, because sometimes, so much comes in on us in a day, every day, and we might forget what we wanted to do. It is good to have a little checklist, just a document or a note or something that you can quickly refer to. I'm not talking something complicated, just a little checklist with a couple of points. If you want to be visible, here are a couple of bullet points how you can do that, and you could pick and choose one or the other at different days. That is something that would work for me. I'm not sure if that is perhaps a little bit too systematic for some people. Linnea, how would you tackle that? Do you like checklists or not so much?
The older I get, the more checklists I've got, Sigrid. So I think what I might do, with your permission, is I might just put a short little checklist in the description that goes with this video. What do you think? Just a few things that will help people if they do them on a regular basis. Would that be useful?
Absolutely. I think that's a really great idea. So on the topic that we've discussed today, which was all about why being good at what you do doesn't make you visible, look out for the checklist that Linnea will place below our video today. So do make sure you let others know about that or share it with others, because I think that's an invaluable part of it.
Absolutely. That's exactly the kind of networking that builds recognition, Sigrid.
And gives us the visibility and gives you the visibility. So for next week, we'll be talking about how senior professionals build visibility without chasing attention. Now that sounds like it's sort of like, how is that going to work? But I'm very interested in sharing with you on that topic next time, Linnea.
I think there'll be some excellent points come out of that one, Sigrid. So in the meantime, use the links in the description below to connect with us both on LinkedIn and to find out more about how we can help you become more visible online.
We'll see you again. Until then, be visible, be valuable, be remembered.